Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie is Reliant. If it's the same movie, I don't know. This one says it's 2 hours and 20 minutes long. But as I'm looking at my paused screen here, it's only an hour and 56 minutes up there. IMDb has it rated at 4.1. I believe it's a faith-based movie, and especially by the actors that are in it. But the way it reads on IMDb, it's about a 19-year-old girl who's, after an economic collapse of the United States, is living in the woods with her siblings and raising them. Whatever. I don't know if it's the right one. But what I do know is Eric Roberts is in it. Eric Roberts is in a lot of faith-based movies. Kevin Sorbo, of course. Brian Bosworth as well. So a little secret of Brian Bosworth. When I was a little bit younger, I loved Brian Bosworth and Bo Jackson, for those of you who are sports fans and know that. But I liked them in college. When they played in college, and then when I went to the pros, I had a Bosworth jersey and a Bo Jackson jersey until Bo Jackson ran him over and then Bosworth was done. But he was always a hero of mine, and I think it's pretty neat that now he is making faith-based movies. I apologize. So, let me get into it and see if this is the right one, because the time is a little bit different, but I'll check it out. I don't think I've seen it before no matter what, and I'll tell you really what it's about and ultimately what I think about it. So stick around. Hopefully it's pretty good. 4.1 on IMDb. You can't take it for that because, faith-based movies don't always get rated so high. So we'll see. I'll be back in a little bit. Stick around. Hey everybody. We're going to do a quick check-in here. We're watching Reliant. We're at the 56-minute, 4-second mark. It's an hour and 56-minute film. So, we got an hour left. So, just about halfway through. And it is the movie, the one that I thought it was going to be. They've transitioned. So, the beginning of the movie has Brian Bosworth bringing his child into a hospital where Kevin Sorbo is the doctor there. He's a little inebriated, and I think that's why he was in the accident and why his daughter's hurt. But we don't know much more after that. He gets, he causes a little problem in the hospital because he wants to stay with his daughter, and of course they won't let him, and then they arrest him. Then they fast forward a little bit here. I'm not even sure how much, but into, I guess present day for the movie, and there's the rioting going on that we alluded to in the beginning, and because the dollar has crashed. So everybody's rioting and looting, and it's spreading out. And I believe they're in Ohio, whatever. They decide, this is happening, but they're running to the store to buy ammo anyway. And the riots end up there, and they've kind of followed them back to the house. So it's Kevin Sorbo. When I say they, so Kevin Sorbo, and he has a family, a wife, a daughter, son, 2 sons and 2 daughters, or something like that. His oldest daughter is engaged to be married, so his future son-in-law is with him, whatever. They're all there, and they realize now they have to get out of town or go hide somewhere because the rioting's starting to approach their home, and Brian Bosworth shows up. So there's some kind of vendetta there with Brian Bosworth, and we're not sure what happened with his daughter. Obviously something happened with his daughter. I mean, being that Kevin Sorbo was a doctor, maybe she died in his care. I don't know. But there is some other things. He's like, I need her, and shows a picture. So I'm not really sure. We're not sure yet. So that's kind of add a little intrigue, a little mystery to this movie. But the kids run off into the woods, and now they've been surviving in the woods on their own for a couple of months. And it's like a survival movie with, bad people, not only in the woods, but they go back to their house. And you've seen movies like this before when there's been like, something that has happened that has downgraded our society to rioting and looting kind of movies. Anyway, so that's where we are. They're trying to survive out in the woods. There's a lot of other things that go involved. She doesn't like guns, but they now have guns. They are a faith-based family for the most part. They're continuing to pray, and hopefully that God helps them. But it is interesting. I didn't realize that 56 minutes has gone by so far. I'm enjoying it. We'll see where it goes from here. And I won't give you any more information at this point because I want to keep it a surprise for you. But I'll get back into it a little bit more. If anything else happens that's interesting, I'll check it again. If not, I'll see you at the credits and give you my final thoughts. Stick around. I'll be back.
The slide.
Hey everybody, we're at the credits of the Reliant, and it was good. Not great. I mean, I think it's your stereotypical faith-based movie. There's a lot of great ones out there. And then there's ones like these, which is good. There's good messages. It's about, why do bad things happen to good people. It's a story about revenge. It's a story about forgiveness. And it's a story about faith. And actually there's a character in here named Faith, and she is somewhat important to the story. So it has all those elements to it. Good, good story, feel good story at the end kind of thing, with a fun action, adventure kind of, not adventure, action, post-apocalyptic, not apocalyptic, but you know what I mean. The United States has fallen, and we explain all that. So that kind of stuff, it's fun, and then has that good message. But what's typical in a lot of these is, the acting sometimes falls short. Now, Brian Bosworth, Eric Roberts is only in it for a minute, so I don't even think you're seeing him. And Kevin Sorbo are fine for the most part, but then there's some other characters. There's the son of Kevin Sorbo, which I didn't really care for his acting, but he's the one who's asking why a lot. Why do good things happen to bad people? Why is everything going on? And he has a hard time believing. Everybody else kind of in the family is believing God and staying with their faith. He's challenging it a little bit more, and we get a little look back on why, and I found that was pretty interesting, so that helped a lot. We also get to understand why Brian Bosworth wasn't really happy with Kevin Sorbo, and a little even more, so they do a lot of backstory here to make it all work, in the end. So that was great. But like I said, the acting was okay, and then in some of these, and I want to say it's a little over the top. Not that it's not subtle, but way over the top. And you'll see what I mean if you check it out. If you watch these kinds of movies, this is your middle of the road one. It's not terrible. Don't get me wrong, but it's not as great as what is it, Courageous or Facing the Giants. Those types, phenomenal. This one's just good, but a little bit long, but if you're a faith-based movie watcher, you'll want to watch it. If you're not, I wouldn't kick you off on this one. It would be one of the other ones that I had mentioned before, and there's a whole bunch out there. So if you're interested in a list of the ones that I like that I think are great that you want to start watching, let me know. Put it in the comments, and I'll list some out for you. Maybe I'll do that anyway. But anyway, I wouldn't start you off on this one, but if you're a fan of them, I'd check it out. And what you're going to get is a fun story that has exciting and adventure and action and good themes in it is what you're gonna get, but a little bit of bad acting and some over the top stuff in it. So that's it. That's all I got for you. Check it out if you heard what I said. Anyway, and drop me a line if you do watch it. Love to hear from you. Like my channel, tell all your friends, and continue to tune in at Kimmel's Irish Pub.